Hi Flosstube, I hope all's well. My name is Kirsty, Crafting Kirsty here on YouTube and on Instagram. It is Wednesday, 17th of November 2021, so I had to doubly check then. And this is Flosstube number 10. So I hope all's well. I haven't seen you, or I haven't been around for a month, as per usual. So we had the back end of October and the first 2 weeks of November. We've had 2 weeks of half term in which we achieved absolutely nothing. Actually quite cunning how well we did nothing. We've had Halloween, didn't really celebrate that. We've had bonfire night, didn't do anything for that. There's a bit of a theme going here. And then obviously we had Remembrance Sunday and we were involved in that. The children are involved in the CCF at their school. So they paraded in the town that the school's in. So that's quite nice to see. And obviously it's the last year that we'll see them doing that. So that was quite nice. We've been to look at Cirencester Royal Agricultural College, which is very nice. And following that, we put George back on the train to make his way home. And John and I went down to Ilfracombe, which is in Devon, because we're walking very, very slowly. COVID hasn't helped. The southwest coast or southwest coastal footpath. And so we started at Ilfracombe, made our way to Croyd, stayed overnight, made our way to Barnstaple, stayed overnight, Barnstaple to Bideford, and then came home. So that was all very enjoyable. Nice to get away for a couple of days. We had nice weather. You know, even on the coast, when you're in stunning scenery like that, sort of you know, the foggy, misty weather is still very nice. It's good. And then we went to look at Harper Adams last Saturday, which is over near the Welsh border, Telford, Newport area. So again, yeah, another agricultural college. So it's interesting to go and see that. Other than that, haven't really done very much. So I hope you've all enjoyed yourselves. I hope you, if you celebrated Halloween, got lots of sweeties, and if you went to a fireworks display, saw lots of pretty fireworks. Yeah, and that's about it. I think we'll crack on with my cross stitching. So I'm still doing my weekly, you know, working on something for a week, or working on 2 things, morning and evening, for a week. And the first thing I pulled out was this red sampler, which is, I'm going to say, Heloise Cornu 1896, but you know, I could have mispronounced that. This is from Reflets, Soie. And, oh, I have got photos of where this last was, although I think this photo probably isn't overly helpful. Here we go. So I had started on the top border, and that fabric is folded in half. So I started on the top border. I thought, well, I'll work my way along the border. And this is stitched on 32 count vellum. Can't remember which one it's from. It's one of this either. No, I think it is. It's either Foxglove and Lace linen or Northumberland Sampler House linen. I think it's the Foxglove and Lace, but I can't remember. Sorry. So I have now got to here. And in a complete sense of deja vu, along my Sleepy Hollow, I got to about here and thought, I don't think this is all going to fit on the fabric. Now, it didn't help that one night I had gone wrong, and in the overlap of the pages, I had managed to stitch things twice. So I frogged that and thought, still not convinced this is going to fit. So then had to work my way along, and this is the very edge. So I've got the smallest amount of fabric available for when I have it framed, but at least it does actually fit on, and I'm not having to rearrange the pattern at all in any way. And I've worked out why I keep on doing this. Well, keep on doing this is the second time, quite possibly there will be another time, knowing me. Basically, I have fabric in my drawer, patterns in my drawer, and when I start to match the patterns with the fabric, I use the Yarn Tree cross stitch calculator, and I focus on the stitched area. So I think, well, even if I've got enough room with like an inch and a half around it, that'll do. So then I put the piece of fabric in with the pattern, pull it out however many months later, and automatically start it with a 2-inch border. And of course it doesn't work out that way. But as I said, at least it does fit on. It's just a bit tight down this edge. So I had a full week on this, apart from one night when I had to frog it. I really, really enjoy stitching it actually, but it is going to take a long time. And I had thought to myself as I was stitching it, oh, I'll stitch the top border and then I'll start working my way along. So I'll sort of do the alphabet and stitch the border either side and all the rest of it. But when you actually look at the chart, this is a very large gap between the border and the alphabet letters. And I think nowhere is there less than 10 holes between it. Although I don't trust myself to count to get it correct. So where's the next nearest? And I'd have to go all the way down here to this dog. The dog and the little dog's tail. So when I next pull it out, depending on how either brave I feel or not brave I feel, or I might recount it 20 million times, I will either work my way down the side to get to here or bite the bullet and jump across the alphabet. But other than the slight issue with the fabric sizing, as ever, I'm really enjoying it. And I am using on this one, it is the Hugs and Kisses stranded cotton from Cottage Garden Threads. Oh, and that's the other thing actually, obviously, one skein isn't going to do the whole sampler. So I had thought, sorry, I'll just get this back. I had thought, because it does vary quite a lot from the dark to the lightest red, I thought I might try and match a DMC light red and a dark red, and then do sections of the pattern. So for example, do all the lettering in the light and then the middle in the dark, or maybe the opposite way round. But I will see if I can get what I think is a good enough match or not. Or if not, I will just order some more of this thread, because it is very nice. Then I think at the beginning of my last monthly rotation, I decided to work on 2 small projects. I was so close to a finish that I knew if I just pushed on, I would get it done. And I have fully framed them. Sellotape on the back, nothing like a bodge job. So this is a fine farmhouse from Kathy Barrick. Framed it myself, obviously, hence the sellotape. I'll be accepting that back from a framer. I haven't got the chart here with me, but as I said, it's a fine farmhouse from Kathy Barrick. And you can get it on her Etsy website. It was a PDF download. There was a lot of stitching in that. There was a lot of stitching. I absolutely love it. I like the frame. I'm really happy with the frame. I think on the download, it was framed in a really chunky brown, sort of brown wood frame. And I had seen one of those in TK Maxx, and I went in to go and look, and it wasn't quite the right size. It wasn't going to fit quite right. But I did get this frame from TK Maxx instead. And I absolutely love it. So that was one finish and FFO. And then the second one I did, and this isn't straight either, but I don't care, is Country Village. And this is from Nikyscreations.com, again, who is on Etsy, is Nikyscreations Primitives. I will write this all down below in the description box below. There we go, very nice quilt in the middle, and one of my sheep, or maybe 2 of them, 2 of my sheep haven't got tails, but there we go, they'll survive. My alphabet's a bit wonky, they're just living on a hill, that's all. And this is a very cheap frame, £3 I think, from Hobby Lobby. No, not Hobby Lobby, I'm not in America, sorry, Hobbycraft. And I just took some sandpaper to it, it didn't work particularly well along here, it just scratched along here. But along the edges, I don't know if you can see particularly well, I have just taken the edges off a little bit, just to, yeah. So that's the second fully finished and framed piece that stands up like that. So I was really pleased having got those 2 done. I then pulled out and those, sorry, they were all DMC and all the call for colours. DMC and call for colours. And both of those actually are done on 32 count truffle, which is from Eva, EVA, I think it's underscore faith, sorry, I can't speak very well, on Etsy. And again, I will put that in the description below. Hand dyed, really, really nice fabric. Anyway, next piece I worked on was, I pulled out Dutch Beauty. This is the beast that I started in July for my birthday. And again, I am using all the called for threads with the exception of one of them. And I haven't written down, I can't remember off the top of my head which one it is that I've changed, but I just changed it because it just melted into the fabric. You couldn't see it at all. Now I got myself in a complete tizzy because, as I said, I worked on it in July. I started for my birthday, worked on it in July, put it away and was thinking, I need to get back to that. And for some reason, I convinced myself that the fabric was very pink because it was a bit of fabric I dyed myself. And I think I'd used brown and pink, and yeah, I quite liked it, and I thought, oh, I'll use it for this. And it'd been away for so long, I was thinking, oh, it's pink. And then by the time I pulled it out, I was convinced it was going to be neon pink in my face. And it is, and I was thinking to myself, if you really don't like it, stitch a bit more. If you really don't like it, stop and start again, because it's far too big of a pattern to work on if you're not enjoying it. But of course, when I got it out, it was fine. So, and this is a 25 count Lugana. I'm stitching this 1/1, called for flosses apart from one, DMC. Let me bring this in. Oh, that's a bit better. It is just a dusty pink. Yeah, it's just a slight pink to it, but I do like it. I absolutely like it. I do love it. And that is a page finish. Now, when I had pulled this out, sorry, I'll show you that photo. There's no point in taking them and trying to be organised. Yeah, that was the start I had made. With the glare, sorry, that's the start I'd made. So just a bit of border, my grumpy Dutchman, and the windmill. And so that's what, and as I said, that's page finish. In fact, it's slightly more than page finish because the page finish is sort of halfway down the side of that tree. And I thought I'll just carry on and get it done. Absolutely love it when I'm stitching on it. That is one page of, I think, 16 or so. So this will be with me for a while. This might even be with me long enough that I might make it a project bag. So there we go. So that's my Dutch Beauty. Again, that's had another week on it. Then I think we came to the 1st of November and I said I was going to have a new start, and I did. I pulled out the Huntsman from the Scarlett letter. Yes, it's always, I always get confused, Scarlett or Scarlett House. Scarlett letter, Huntsman. And all of my flosses, which are all the called for DMC, apart from one, which I've managed to not buy. I don't know quite how, because I counted and counted and counted and I had the correct number. All the lovely, lovely flosses are on all of the lovely, lovely floss drops that I've been receiving in the Great Floss Drop trade. So yeah, so they're brilliant. They're working fantastically. Really like them. And now this one I took away with us when we went down to the coast and did the walking. And funnily enough, didn't get very much done at all. But I started in the top. Well, this is the top left, but top right as you're looking at it. And it's very block stitching, which actually I do really, really enjoy. So this is full coverage, block stitching, and the floss I haven't managed to buy is the middle bit here. And so, and that's not a page. That's probably 2/3 of a page. It's quite a lot down here. Pages, yeah, the pages are quite big. But that's my start. Absolutely love it. Love working. This is 27 count Linda. Could be cream, could be antique white, one of those two. Love it, love it, love it. And now, I was working on it a lot. I was doing quite a lot of my projects on it when I first started. And then I haven't used it for a while, and of course gone back to it. And I think, why do I shy away from this? Just because it's going to make everything big, which isn't that much of an issue. But yeah, so that's the Huntsman, Scarlett letter. That's well under a week, probably only about 3 or 4 days, 3 days worth of work. But it is once I was literally outlining and then just filling in, and then outlining the next bit and filling in. So I'm really, really enjoying that. Very pleased I've started it. Now the last two pieces I've got, to show you, I was supposed to be working on this week. So my week was running Wednesday to Wednesday, and this weekend we just weren't at home at all, which was, you know, lovely, but we just weren't around. So I haven't got as much done as I would have hoped, but I will show them anyway. And so the first one is my March monthly sampler. And where was I last time? No, I don't have a photo of it last time, I don't think. I think at last time I'd sort of completed here, and I've just got into the middle section now. So there's quite a bit. Well, there's a bit more to do on that, but hopefully a week will get it done. And then the last piece I'd pulled out to work on for this month was my 2020 pandemic sampler. This was released by Sassy Girl on Instagram. It was a free chart, but she asked you to donate some food to a local charity. And so I donated a whole load of cat food to a refuge centre we have up the road. But yeah, this is lovely. Now this is the chart that really started me off down the route of this working on something for a full week and then putting it down, because I started this in March as part of a hashtag, and I was only working on it twice a month. Sometimes it would only get 1 day a month because I was doing something else on the other day, and I really haven't got very far at all. And I haven't got very much done this week. I filled in the urn down here, put the 2 rabbits in, and I've been filling in that house. That's a beast of a house, very easy stitching, but it's taking a long time. And this is 25 count over 1 Lugana. These are not the called for flosses. I was trying to use up some over dyes I had and just didn't want to have to buy more flosses, so I've just pulled things that looked vaguely similar and thought, well, that will do. Still in 2 minds about whether to sort of tea dye this or to not to tea dye it, because obviously I've got the over dyes in it, just to I don't know quite how I'd do it. Dump a few tea bags on it, I suppose, or a bit of a paintbrush. I don't know, we'll see. See what I think about it when it's fully finished. But anyway, because I really haven't got much done this week on these 2, I'm going to carry these on for next week. So I will carry on with my monthly sampler of March and hopefully get that finished. And I will carry on with my pandemic sampler and hopefully get a bit more done on that. This section here is basically in the middle. So I've got to the bottom. So I don't know. I have got to the bottom. You see I've turned the border on turn the corner on the border, and yes, this running up here is the middle. And once you get into the rhythm of it, particularly the border, I actually really enjoy doing the border. Once you get into the rhythm of it, it goes quite quickly. I just haven't done it. So those will be this next week. Then I haven't worked now for 2 months on my Haid Heaven and Earth chart, which is Mini Garden Gate from Amy Stewart. And I haven't pulled it out to show you either. But I haven't worked on that for 2 months, and I would like to get back to it and try and get a bit of a bulk of that done. And I think really for the next 2 months from, up until the new year, I've got quite a few new starts planned. So I think give those 2 a week, and then just work on my Haid other than when I'm doing new starts. So my first new start, didn't get it out of the packet, excuse me. I'm starting this on the 1st of December with my friend Chris, and it is the Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery Winter at Pansy Patch Manor. Now I bought obviously seasonal, I bought all 4 of them this autumn. They came out in the Fall Expo Needlework Market. I can't remember, I don't know which one that one's called. So that's the first one, and I'll be starting that on the 1st of December with Chris. Looking forward to that, it's very pretty. Again, I haven't decided on fabric, so I bring back up again. I haven't decided on fabric. All 4 of them are called for different fabrics. I probably won't. I did pull out this cashel linen, which is very easy to get hold of. And I thought, well, I might use that, or I might just tea dye some linen, some Lugana, and do them all on that. Yeah, we shall see. And this calls for Weeks Dye Works, Classic Colour Works, and what's GA? Oh, it says here Gentle Art Threads. Sorry, it's actually written on the back of the pattern for you. There is a DMC conversion, and I will be using that. So that will be my first start on the 1st of December. And then my next start will be on the 14th of December. For those of you that might pay attention during these things, you'll realise that the date has changed. That's because I managed to say the wrong date for my father's birthday in my last video. I thought, as soon as I said it, I thought, that doesn't sound right. Just keep going with it. Just keep going. And yes, I'd got it wrong. So the 14th of December, in honour of my father, I will be starting the Tall... Did I write it down? The Tall Ships Sampler, which is from Brenda Keys. And again, this was a autumn needlework expo market release. Whatever it's called, I can't remember what it was now. Absolutely love this. Slightly concerned when I sort of pulled it out yesterday to get it ready for this video that on the back it does say intermediate advanced, which I'm not, so we shall see. But I'm sure if I take my time with it, I'll get there in the end. And I will probably end up using, just for sheer ease of life, the Huntsman sampler is on. I've got about a metre of this behind here, which I don't need. I might, just to be on the safe side, do all of the border. Otherwise, we will end up with another instance of, I've run out of fabric. But I might well just use some 27 count Linda for that. It's easy enough for me to do 1/1 on, and keep count on, and all the rest of it. So yes, that will be my start on the 14th. So those really, the 2 projects I've already shown, the 2 new starts on my Hade is what I intend on working on. Certainly November to December. Yeah, and I think I probably will keep it going through until the new year. We'll see. I've got a sort of Owl Forest Embroidery Merry Christmas piece that I might just pull one of those out and sort of do a letter here and there if I'm feeling particularly Christmassy. And oh, actually that's not other than that. My other fully finished object is the November piece. This is the Waxing Moon Designs monthly sampler. Again, I finished it exact same as the other one. I've just covered it with a bit of brushed cotton on the back, pinned it around the sides, and at the moment, October's underneath it, but I will be moving them at some point. So yeah, so I'm really pleased with that. And other than that, I think the only thing, no haul. I have bought a few frames, actually, that's a lie. I've been into a few charity shops and picked up a few frames here and there. Apart from, I did do a Save the Stitches, which this came from a charity shop in the town near to where my mum lives. And I thought, oh, I can't leave that. I quite like this. It's not cross stitch, it's more embroidery. But it's, oh, sorry, getting a bit of glare. There you go. But it's just so pretty. Lots of different stitches in it. And I think it's done on a sort of, is it a gauze? I'm going to say gauze. I'm not going to say silk gauze, but it's definitely, you won't be able to. Oh, there you go. But yeah, I just think that's so pretty. And it was £4. And I thought, well, £4 for that, including the frame. I'll put it on a wall somewhere. Yep, so that's save the stitches. And other than that, that's all I've got to share with you today. So this is nice and brief. I will say next month, we will probably be on holiday at the time that I would aim to record. So might record before, might record afterwards, we'll see. Make sure you watch, because in my next month's video I am going to have some giveaways which I will announce in January, because the January Flosstube will be my 1 year anniversary. So yeah, even if you only watch for the giveaways, because I know it gets really busy in December. I know we have lots of people doing Vlogmas and Flossmas and all the rest of it, and there's lots of things to watch and lots of whip parades. But if you want to be in the chance for winning some quite nice giveaways, then yeah, make sure you tune in. So hit that subscribe button, hit the little bells so that you can get notified in amongst the Christmas rush when I'm around. And other than that, oh, leave any comments if you like. Thank you. Oh, hello to my new every time I do this at the end of the video, I'm so sorry, I should do it at the beginning. I have got some new subscribers, so hello to you. Thank you very much for subscribing. I hope you've enjoyed this video. And to all the old timers that keep coming back to watch, thank you very much. It's so kind of you. I really enjoy getting the comments. I enjoy responding to the comments, and, you know, following you if you're on Instagram, and yeah, no, it's all good fun. So I'm going to leave it there. I will be back at some point in December, hopefully with some giveaways. And between now and then, have a fantastic 4 or 5 weeks. See you later. Take care. Bye.